Ace.
All right. So for those of you who are now just seeing the map for the first time, you haven't missed too much. Kaiserklein, I think he got a 60 wood treasure. Raphael's picked up almost 220 coin though in treasures, so that's a kind of a really nice age one for him. As I said, though, he can't use it just yet, but I mean he will be able to spend that pretty soon. And of course, both civs, as you'd expect, went for that trading post. We had a 200 wood start.
That's actually enough coin to train 2 full batches of Janissaries worth of coin.
Yeah, I'm wondering what he's going to do. I feel like we could be seeing this Janissary Hussar strategy that I think we've seen a couple of times this tournament. It kind of does really well against Germany, as they've only got like the crossbows and doppels to deal with it in age 2. So that's kind of what I'm expecting from Raphael. But you know, they've got a few options, and we'll have to see how Kaiser handles that. He needs to get his hunting, his second hunter. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that, like, Tassili is one of those maps where your third hunt is extremely far away, so it's very important for Kaiser here to start hurting as early as possible, because Ottomans will most definitely try to play aggressive in this matchup on this particular map.
Yeah, and actually he sent out a Thar villager on the right, if you can see. So he's okay, and we got Raphael going for the second trading post as well, so he'll be able to get stagecoach up, which will be nice for him. And yeah, I'm pleased to see that Kaiser's, you know, he's actually trying to herd this extra hunting as well, because if you just rely on this one ibex hunt, like, it can run out really fast, so it'll be nice for him to have that extra one as well.
Yeah, because I play Japan, I actually can't see it, but how much food is there in those ibex?
So it's the standard 400 food for those ibex.
Okay.
And it's a fairly decently sized hunt, but the thing is, if Ottomans gets like a good contain on, you can try and choke Germany out. But ooh, we got the forward vills already for Raphael.
Yeah, definitely. I think that oh yeah, okay, never mind. I was gonna say because of this trading post, that's close enough to the TP where the Travail will spot that, but it's quite far away. But yeah, his Explorer just scouts it anyway now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's really nice for Kaiser that he sees this immediately. And I don't think he's going to be, you know, that surprised that there's a Rax going down.
Yeah.
I think what he's going to be more interested in is if there's another building coming down. However, Raphael has just hit 700 coin. So it's looking like he's just going to put on a bit of pressure with maybe 5 to 10 Janissaries, and then go up to the Fortress Age himself, as he doesn't really have the wood. Though he's chopping some wood with some villagers, so this is very curious. I wonder what he's going to use that for. He's getting some wood now.
Yeah, and I mean, he does need a house reasonably soon. But and he actually even bought some wood now, as well. Wait, what was that bought? It might have also been a treasure, but oh wait, does he have stagecoach already? No, yes, he does. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So he was waiting. He was waiting for wood from his stagecoach so he could build the stable. Oh, so it is going to be this Janissary Hussar thing that we were talking about. Kaiser's tried to counter it with a really fast 8 crossbow shipment. So there's no 700 wood or no free settler wagons for him.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that this trade Travail actually scouted that stable.
Yeah. If he has, that would be really useful information for him. But yeah, these crossbow have definitely held off the pressure for now. And I guess what's most important for him is that he's saved this trading post. So I guess you might be thinking like, oh, these 8 crossbow may be a bit of a waste of a shipment this early because they're not doing much. But what they are doing is at least allowing this trading post site to maybe get a couple of extra passes in, which are really useful for Germany.
Yeah, for sure. And even building some pike here to start sieging the stagecoach TPs. And if he can get this one down and they get actually, it will be very awkward for Ottoman to push that one, because his forward base is over here and he would need to get all the way over here.
Yeah, I don't think Kaiser would mind switching the trading post, right? Like you.
Oh yeah.
I'll get your stagecoach one. But so Raphael, he's got his first batch of Hussar and he's coming in.
The pikes are falling back here though, and there's Uhlans as well, because you know Germany, they get Uhlans.
Yeah, Raphael's making sure he doesn't get these Hussar trapped. He pulled them out pretty fast. Yeah, he saw the crossbow unprotected, so tried to go for it, but Kaiser smartly brought the pikes back in time. So yeah, couldn't get much done there, but it was kind of worth the attempt. So just going to go back to sieging this trading post.
Yeah, I really like how Kaiser keeps sieging this one with his explorer, though. It might take a while, but that will eventually go down, and that's basically 4 vills that LordRaphael is losing when that stagecoach TP goes down, and especially once Kaiser retakes it and then basically gets a free 4 vills for 200 wood.
Yeah, and he's easily going to be able to retake it, right, because he just shipped in 700 wood, and in fact he's adding in an extra barracks, so it seems like he's got no intentions of trying to sneak up to the fortress 80. It seems that he's going to actually try and play this out in Age 2 with lots of crossbows, lots of pikemen, and we'll have to see how this works out for him. He's also got enough resources for Minutemen if he needs it, but I don't know.
Yeah, and those are going to play a very important role.
Yeah.
He actually didn't rebuild the TP, so LordRaphael will be able to get his explorer there and rebuild it himself. Bit of a mistake by Kaiser, I think. He has the wood for it.
Yeah, it would be nice to see him get it. Possibly he thought, his explorer's got a lot of HP, and he thought maybe this was the time where Raphael was going to commit. You know, having that explorer in the fight is nice.
Tanking some extra hits.
So that could have been his reasoning for pulling him back there. Oh, and Raphael's going to go in again, and he shipped 3 Hussar, so this is a big timing.
Yeah, that's a big batch of Hussar right there. Ooh, there's the Doppels though, with the Minutemen. And if he can get the snare off on this, then the Doppels will actually do a decent bit of damage here.
Yeah, even the villager tanking a bit, and yeah, that's a really nice timing for Kaiserklein. He's even got four more Doppels in the back. These Janissaries don't actually do too much damage. He's focused down the first set of Doppels, but there's 4 more Doppels.
Yeah, and he doesn't have anything like skirmishers to really deal with these Doppels. And these Janissaries are still being snared by the Yulan, so these Doppels do get their attacks off. And these crossbows and Minutemen have been unmolested this entire time, but there's an extra batch of Hussar, and most of the pikemen have been dealt with. And there's not too many Yulans left either, but they are here now. And if these Hussars go down, I think Kaiser is in a great position here.
Yeah, that fight went absolutely amazing for Kaiser, and that is GG, well played indeed. Game 1 goes straight in favor of Kaiserklein.
And it actually was quite important for Kaiser that he won that fight, because his hunt was running reasonably low. He had about 2,000 food left in his base.
Yeah, that was just a really nice timing. He played it out well. He decided to stick in Age 2 and kind of he just made it work. I should also say, I think Raphael did a nice job at targeting those Doppels. Even the second batch of 4 Doppels, they all went down before the pikes, which was kind of hard to see. But that was some nice micro. But it wasn't enough. Kaiserklein's composition, he made a good composition to counter the Janissary Huss that I guess he was expecting.
Yeah, for sure. The thing with the Doppels is, like, even though they got focused quite well, it's the surprise when they suddenly come out of that town center as a shipment together with 2 Yulan to immediately start snaring the army, making sure those Doppels that were shipped got some of those hits in, forcing him back, allowing another batch of reinforcements to come in together with the Minutemen, just doing lots and lots of damage, forcing him to kite so that his Hussars can't go on the crossbowmen, which is what's doing the damage in that force.
Yeah, those 3 Doppels cannot be more well timed. They were so on time. Like it was insane. Like down to the second when you needed them out, just as Raphael's Jans were on the edge of the town center. So I also post the map pool for anyone that.
I was just gonna type it as well.
Alright. Are you? Yeah. And it will be, because Kaiser won the first game, that means he has to choose his civilization first. Indeed,
yes.
as you have typed, and he's French. Oh, he's picked France, Chrissy. I am not surprised.
No.
Who would have seen this coming? I can't believe this.
Yeah, I actually especially saw this coming because I, as usual, opsed some of his practice games earlier, and he told me a bit of his Civ picking.
Oh, really? Well,
I actually quite enjoy watching some of their ops games because it gives me some insight in how they think, and it makes me understand their strategies a little bit better, which can be important because obviously these players are of a much higher level than I am. So it is quite nice to learn some of their opinions and insights and such.
Yeah, who was he practicing with? Who were you obsing him against?
I was obsing him playing Hasa.
Ah, okay, interesting. So,
and of course,
yes.
Hasa was complaining about Huns, because that is what Hasa does best.
Yeah. So, for any of those who don't really know Kaiserklein, his main two civs, he plays Germany and France, but then he's also got a good few backup civs, so he's pretty competent with Russia. I think he can do Portugal and Dutch, and maybe he'd be fine to throw out Ottomans. I think anyone's probably fine to throw out Ottomans at some point. But yeah, he's definitely leading off with his two strongest civs, so it'll be interesting to see how maps 3 and 4 go for him, as I believe Raphael's probably got the deepest civ pool, but Kaiserklein, he's pretty proficient with Germany and France, so you know he could take an early 2-0 lead. And Kaiser's gonna be right back.
Okay, yeah, I was adjusting my microphone a little bit because apparently it's still too loud. Is it fine on Discord?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just checking the messages to see if we missed anything.
like overlay.
Yeah. Apparently, you were slightly louder. I don't know if that.
Yeah, I've adjusted it. I hope it's better now. I'm not sure what the problem is. It just suddenly happened that my microphone just kept being too loud, and I have no clue what is causing it.
Alright, cool. Alright, so that'll be fine. And yeah, he also needs to change the map when he gets back, so we'll be playing on Manchuria. And I guess Raphael would have had to have prepared for a France pick. Like anyone playing Kaiserklein, you've got to think, okay, at some point he's going to pick France. And it's quite likely as like a first pick choice, because France doesn't have many counters. But what it does allow you to do is to kind of practice that matchup, so you can decide, okay, what is it that I want to play against is France, and then you can actually get some practice games. So even though it's a good first pick, just because like France doesn't really have any hard counters, France is great against everything. Raphael's probably thought, okay, if he goes France, I'm going to take this Germany versus France matchup, and we'll see what he's got in store for us.
I think on the current version of the patch, Germany is actually a pretty hard counter to France. I know Milo practiced the matchup a lot because he was expecting Blackstar to pick German against his first pick France on Manchuria, but he went with Ottoman, but can't predict everything. And in their practice games, Milo won, I think, 1 out of 10 games of France against Germany. On that specific map. It might be different on other maps, of course, but on this particular patch, he told me that Germany is extremely good against France.
Well, look, yeah, no, it's certainly a good pick, and one I'd be looking to do myself. Germany, it kind of plays out pretty similarly to France, right? Both of these civs kind of get up to the Fortress Age pretty soon, and then Germany kind of uses those big ship. He's got to change the map though. Like we're playing on Manchuria. Like these guys they're just ready to. Like they like Tassili too much. Like obviously it's their favorite map, right? Like everyone loves Tassili. They just want to play on it again. It was so great. Like Kaiser was just like so overjoyed with how much hunt he was. He was like, you know what, let's do this again. But hopefully he's got the map that he'll just be looking down for Manchuria now. Okay, he doesn't have Manchuria. I've got Manchuria if they need it. Does Raphael have Manchuria? Alright, you know what, I'll just get it, because Raphael will spend forever. So
if he used the installer, it's strange that he doesn't have Manchuria. I know that some of them don't have a 2.2b version. I think Hudson Bay is one of those.
I don't have Manchuria either.
Yeah. See, it just doesn't have a 2.2b.
I have every map that's not Manchuria. There's no 2.
Yeah, I thought it was Hudson Bay, but it might be Manchuria. I know that some of them don't have a 2.2b.
All right. that means we'll roll with 2.2a Manchuria. I'll check if Kaiserklein has that. Okay, he's got that, so we'll go with that. That's not a problem. So obviously, that's the latest version of the map then, so it won't be an issue. But yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, if they both use the installer, then if there is no 2.2b, then there is no 2.2b.
Yeah, I have to wait for it to... Alright, cool. Got the map.
Oh, I think they might have forgotten to record.
Alright, we'll rehost. I'm not loaded in yet. Just finishing. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll just resign. Yeah.
I think that one of the players was somewhat hunch screwed as well, so not even the worst. I one of a missing hunch screw, but I believe that one of his hunts was quite far away.
Yeah, well, we just had some... that always happens when you change maps, so you just forget to put the record game on. But it'll be nice to have the Rex ready. Did he just cancel his ready up?
It does seem like it, yes.
The maps... What? Oh. Alright, fair enough.
Okay. Well, I didn't even know that.
I won't even ask or question what... We'll switch for France and we'll find out why that is later on.
I think it messes up something in the UI or something. I've heard of it as well.
Interesting pickup.
It might even have been fixed in the 2.2a version of the map, so...
Okay, but we are finally underway. Game 2.
Yes, and we do have, on the top right side of the map, playing in the color blue as France, Kaiserklein, who is currently up 1-0 over his opponent on the bottom left side of the map, playing in the color red as the Germans, LordRaphael on Manchuria.
Yeah, and we've got another 200 wood start, so both these guys are probably going to be liking the 200 wood start. That's going to mean both of them immediately going to go for a trading post. And so there's 2 spawns on this map, and we've got the spawn where the trading post goes kind of all the way along the top, so that's going to make stagecoach plays less likely. But Raphael immediately finds the 90 wood. That is so good for him, because it means that he doesn't have to chop. You know, he's only got to chop 10 wood, right?
Yeah, that's
so nice.
Amazing for him. One advantage that France does have in this matchup on this particular map is the livestock. With the native scout, and especially because German wants to get an early TP, so he's spending quite a bit of time with that, this native scout can pick up so many cows if you know where they spawn.
Yeah, and I think he does, because he immediately went to group of 2, then he's picked up another group of 2 here on the right. So I mean, he's already way ahead in yaks. Raphael's got 2 of his own, and he's just kind of securing them next to the trading post. But I mean, Raphael's just gonna be pleased to have seen this 90 wood. Like I think that's so huge. And it's the fact that he's... Yeah, I mean, so that's okay for Kaiser, right? But it's the fact that Raphael saw it before he needed to gather. If you have a look at Kaiser's wood, right, he's actually gathered 81 wood that, you know, he doesn't actually need all of that. Okay, 85 wood is still a great treasure, but you kind of want it in the situation that Raphael had, where he knew exactly how much he needed to gather beforehand.
Yeah, the good thing about this though is that it's slightly more, but it's exactly enough wood, more or less, to gain hunting dogs, so he will need to chop less wood when he does decide to get a market.
Oh yeah, still a great treasure, and he'll be happy he got that, because if Raphael maybe picked up both the wood treasures.
Oh yeah, then he just as a second TP.
Yeah, that's kind of an issue. So he's gonna go for this this succulent eggplant, 60 food, and I think he's going to be able to pick that up. Not a problem.
Oh, and that's going to improve his age up time quite a bit. France, in the patch, has had some issues with age time due to, first, one of their food crates being removed, and now their CDB being slightly more expensive.
That's true actually, yeah. Raphael's found himself another 50 wood treasure.
That's so nice for him.
Yeah, and you know what? The yaks actually haven't gone super in the way of Kaiserklein. Like he's only got 5 at the moment. There is.
I see 6.
All right. Okay. Maybe I need to update.
Do you have the UI?
I was just looking at how many he had in his base. So obviously the 6th one is just it's out on the map. Oh yeah, I see it. It's trying to make its way across from LordRaphael's base. Kaiser's actually doing a good job of trying to keep it next to the native scout. It moved away for a bit, but he's making sure that kind of comes back safely actually. So he's doing a good job there.
Yeah, I think Kaiser might just not be 100% familiar with where the yaks exactly spawn on the map, because there were a couple of times he walked past one without picking it up.
Yeah, so moving into transition, I guess both players just going to look to get the market, and I'm interested to see what they go for in Age 2. I mean, so the most traditional thing that we could expect from both players is just a single stable. They kind of mass cav for a bit, get some raids, do some trades, age up. But it's also possible that one or maybe both players, add in Iraqs. Raphael might choose to add in DOPS. I find that less likely, but Kaiser might choose to add in a few muskets. These are also possibilities, but I think the end goal is kind of both will want to get up to that fortress age. Like, I don't think they're going to be wanting to spend too much time in Age 2. However, I just seen Kaiser send 2 CDB forward, so maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, this is clearly just to hurt. There is absolutely no way this is a forward base. He wants to start herding this hunt toward his TC. Nothing to see here, don't mind this. There is absolutely no reason I'm positioning my camera over these, waiting for him to age up.
Yeah, so this is a little different to what I would have expected. So he's going to be looking to be quite aggressive in Age 2. I wonder if it'll just be like a barracks and a stable, sort of kind of a Samwise build. He doesn't have anyone on wood at the moment. So yeah, we'll have a look and see what he puts down. But Raphael's going to have to be the one that tries to scout this and adapts to it, because at the moment he has no idea.
Yeah, maybe Kaiser is Sohei rushing.
Unlikely, but well, okay, it's definitely not Sohei, right? Because he's got a stable. Raphael's going to look in his base, and Kaiser's going to scare him off with a bit of town center fire. Is that going to fool him? I don't know. I don't think so.
No, I wonder, like, this is something that happens very often in StarCraft 2, but it might not be as good in this game. If people do something kind of cheesy like this, they gather a little bit extra resources to fake a standard build in their base while they're being scouted. So that would involve Kaiser dropping a second stable in his base, but then when the explorer runs away, you cancel it. But I think in Age of Empires 3 that might cost you a little bit too much wood, because wood gather is extremely slow.
I think that is Raphael going to see it? I think
that was too far. I don't think he saw anything there.
I think Raphael knows a bit that something's up, right? Because he sent his explorer and he didn't see anything, and I think Raphael's he's going to be like, what's going on? He knows something's going on.
Yeah, there's something cheesy.
He's going to find out now. We got 4 hussars going straight into Raphael's base. He sees it immediately, so I think his settler wagon should be okay. And it's pikemen. It's pikemen.
Ooh, one of the hussars getting caught there, though. That's really bad. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, and the issue for Kaiser is that because both of his army is at the front, it's going to be hard for him to defend against these raids.
Yeah, and because he has CDB, his vills don't even have melee resist, they have range resist instead, so these Ulans can really do a number on them.
Yeah, he almost lost the Courier de Bois back in his base, but did save it in time. At the same time, Raphael's kind of doing an okay job defending. He hasn't lost, he's only lost a single Ulan, actually, so
second barracks coming up for France here, whereas Germany is adding in his first one. He understands he needs some infantry here to support his Ulans. Because obviously you can't go pure Ulan against pikemen. That's not very cost efficient.
Yeah, sometimes you can get away with it if it's like musketeer hussar, but we don't see this build that often. That France would actually go pikeman hussar, but it's kind of a strong counter to a Germany that you know is only going to go Ulan. The only issue for him is if like the free Doppels shipment comes out anytime soon,
yeah, then he
totally shut this down.
The same thing that he did to LordRaphael might happen to him this game.
Yeah,
I would expect 8 bows over 3 Doppels though.
Yeah, and I think Kaiser's going to start, mixing in perhaps.
Actually, nope. I am bad. There is Doppels being made currently in the barracks.
Yeah. Oh, so he's making them from the barracks, and I mean, it's a nice counter.
Yeah, shipping them as well. Wow. Yeah, I guess it makes sense against pure melee units. You can definitely go Doppels because there's no way he can ever engage Doppels with Pike Hussar. He needs to be worried about musketeers that are being added in though, but look at this Ulan mass.
He's just got so much. Where's Kaiserklein's army? I don't see where his army is. Like, he doesn't have anything. I don't know. He's only just got a batch of musketeers, but I think it's too late.
Yeah, especially now that his army got snared. A lot of units will die here. And yeah, this is just the strength of Germany. They get so many free Ulans. Even in H2, it's still 2 Ulans per shipment, so...
I mean, that was good focus fire on the Doppels. Like, these Doppels could have, really given him a bad day. He does take them all out, but even still, like, there's too many Ulans, I think. It depends when this next batch of musketeers comes out from Kaiserklein. It's not going to be in time, but he's getting cleaned up completely.
Yeah, this is kind of annoying. Oh, the Ulans not paying attention when they do get snared, and yeah, at least one more is going to die here. More Doppels though.
Yeah, Kaiser was actually snaring the Doppels, so they took a longer to get into the fight.
Don't put your musketeers in melee against Doppels. That seems like a very poor idea.
So he's focusing the Ulans with them. Raphael at the same time is trying to pull them back, but he lost most of the Ulans. So I mean, it's a close trade from both guys right now. But I think Raphael's coming out ahead, and look, here come the 8 bows and more Doppels and Minutemen. Oh wow, look at this reinforcement batch.
Oh,
it's huge.
One thing to notice though is that Kaiser is actually, or was rather, intending to H out of this, but then he saw this massive reinforcing batch of LordRaphael and he queued up more musketeers.
Yeah, I mean, you can't lose this production at the front. Kaiser needs to defend it. So, okay, so he shipped the 3 hussars in right now. He's also, eating all his yaks like crazy. All of his vills were on the yaks, and he shipped 700 coin. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. Like, he needs like a full batches from all of these, and he's losing even more musketeers. This isn't looking good for him at all.
No, for sure. He is somewhat taking out Doppels though, and there's still so many Doppels left. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think either player can still age up here. I'm not sure why there's a villager here, but I'm not going to question it.
Yeah, okay, so the Minutemen are going to be a bit low. And the thing is, Kaiser can get full batches as he's just shipped 700 coin and he's eating the yaks. But Raphael, he takes down one. Like, the thing is, Kaiser doesn't have much time because these Doppels seed so fast, right? That
yeah, for sure.
He's got no time. I think he's just lost this position. He's going to try and come in and defend it, but
I think he's fine if he can get a full batch of 5 hussar out here. He needs to focus the Doppels though.
There's the batch. Extra villager as well.
I think that's a missed rally point by LordRaphael, actually. We saw that in Maido against Blackstar as well, where Blackstar was sometimes rallying villagers to the front by accident.
Yeah, Raphael's doing a good job to keep these Minutemen alive. And he's... Now that Kaiser's lost all his musketeers, he can't really engage the Doppels. That would just be an awful trade. So yeah, I think it's confirmed that he's lost this position at the front. Well, he's got 8 crossbows. Maybe if he calls Minutemen and gets another batch, maybe he hasn't lost it just yet. Oh, and Raphael's coin mine has run out throughout the whole of this, though he is banking like 1k coins, so actually it won't matter one bit, to be fair.
Yeah, I think LordRaphael might actually be trying to age off of this. He took down one of the barracks, and maybe he just wants to take down one more of these and then fall back and age. Or maybe he's just very content with the damage he's done, and is just going to fall back, defend, and age up here. Or maybe he just indeed, like you said, his coin mine ran out.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, I think maybe he was trying to age, but I don't know what happened there. But basically, the result was he had no extra reinforcements. So Kaiserklein, to my surprise, he actually saves his 4 base, and he's even repairing the barracks. So, I really like that choice. So he's making sure that he can't get sieged down again. But Raphael is sticking with age 2.
Yeah, he's definitely not aging anymore now. He spent everything again. And I feel like if it goes on longer like this, where they say in age 2, it favors France, because musketeers are really important if you go in a colonial mirror. Not having musketeers is quite the downside. Although these doppels, if they ever connect...
Yeah, looks like Kaiserklein's pulling back for the moment. The thing is, he's got some courrier de bois on a nearby hunt, so maybe he could use them to... No, okay, so he is actually going to give this position up for good. But, I mean, that's going to be a problem, because he's nowhere near to aging, so we've got a emergency barracks going up. And it looks like Raphael is actually going to choose to age up, so Raphael's in a pretty good position here now.
Yeah, this is quite bad for Kaiser. We do have some raiding Hussar here, though.
Yeah, he needs something to go his way now, because the more I look at this, the greater position Raphael was in, actually. And this raid is getting a lot done, though. I didn't expect that. That's a lot of vills going down.
Yeah, he does need to not lose these Hussar, though. Let's see how well he can split them here. He needs to sacrifice at least one here to counter snare the Uhlans. He might need to sacrifice a second one.
Yeah, oh, look at that. Raphael's retasking all his units. He's got an Uhlan out in front. And, Kaiser, he just gives up there. He's like, no. Oh, but no. Okay, no, he's just decided he can't get
he needed a bit quicker with throwing Uhlans down the bus to the sacrificial god of, please let me get out of here.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, Raphael was really quick in sending his own Uhlans off to target as many Hussars as possible. So he made that as difficult for Kaiserklein as he possibly could have done. And he's
Raphael is aging while pushing at the same time while having more military. So this is really bad for Kaiser.
Oh, this is classic Germany. So I don't know if Kaiserklein even knows Raphael's aging. He probably thinks it's close age 2, and then suddenly, boom, Raphael's in age 3. And you he
just GG's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a morale killer when you see that. Like you think it's pretty close, and then the other guy's he's just aged up. It's like, well, not much I can do about that.
Yeah, Raphael got 12 or so free Uhlans just from his civilization bonus, and while that might not seem like much, that is 24 military population throughout the game that you get for free. That is really big in a scrappy game like this.
Yeah. So that was kind of an unusual France versus Germany. I like the concept from Kaiserklein to try and counter what you normally expect from Germany, which is the single stable. So he tried to hard counter that with the Hussars and the pikemen. But for whatever reason, I think that it felt like there was a lull in his production at some point, between minutes 6 and 7, when he didn't get a batch. I don't know if he accidentally missed a batch or something, but at that point Raphael had 30 Uhlans, and they just came in, and there was 5 pikes and 5 Hussars, and I think it just snowballed from there, and France can never get back into it from that point. Yeah,
for sure.
All right, I'm gonna quit out of this one, and so that puts us at an even 1-1 moving forward.
Yeah, and those were Kaiser's 2 best civs, like you said.
Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting, as he's already used up his 2 strongest civilizations. And momentum has swung a little bit back in Raphael's favour. However, Raphael will have to pick first now, and Kaiserklein gets the counter pick. So maybe the momentum hasn't gone in his favour just yet. I will post the maps just so we don't get another Tassili or Manchuria. We will actually be playing on Klondike. That is the intention.
Yeah, and Klondike is the map I opted his practice games on, so I kind of know what his plan is here.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Also, just before they forget.
Good idea. Yeah, and Raphael to pick first. So, Klondike, this is well known as another people's favourite maps. It's got the 5 trading post line, right? So this is what makes the map Klondike. So so it heavily favors civs that pick that can use advanced trading post. But so that's kind of like Spain mostly, Portugal a bit, but Ports isn't amazing on this map just because the food isn't super, and I don't know how good either of these guys are with Spain. So it could just be a kind of a bit of a random pick, like Aztecs perhaps from Raphael.
Actually, there's a ton of food on this map. It's just that it's in berries. I think there's I think it's 40 or 50,000 worth of food on this map just in berries.
Yeah. So okay, so it is there, but for some reason people kind of have a bit of a reaction when they see berries. They refuse to gather the berries.
Yeah, so, you can't hurt them. This is too difficult. Nope, not gonna happen.
Yeah, though I suppose like Portugal, right? You could. Oh, okay. That's a classic pick. Russia. Yeah. Russia does actually have advanced trading posts. I'm not necessarily expecting them to send that, but they're kind of just a good civ to control the map.
Yeah, I mean they actually don't have a village shipment in H1, so you could totally ship advanced trading posts with them. Although the wood trickle is a lot more standard.
All right, so okay, and he's locked down. I was going to ask. I was just waiting until Raphael picked just to make sure, but I was going to ask when you were obs in Kaiserklein then. So what civ was he actually practicing on Klondike?
Yeah, I was also waiting for Raphael to look, and I mean obviously we're not expecting any kind of cheating or any of the sort, but it's nice to be polite to Kaiser. You know, he allowed me to ops his game, so we obviously don't want to give much away. But he was practicing against Portuguese because apparently Rafa has been playing Portuguese quite a bit, and like you said, advanced trading post is quite strong on the map. So.
Okay, but like, what was he using to practice
Ottomans.
against Portuguese? Ah, okay, so he's actually going to pull out the civ that he was practicing with. But this time it's against the different.
It makes sense as well. I mean, it's also one of those map control civs, and they are really strong on this map. Oh, right.
Yeah, like we're gonna keep getting this, but as long as we stay on top of it, we'll make sure we get the right map locked in. So, yeah. But it's also just nice to know like what maps you've got coming up for civ choices, and just thinking ahead as like this series. I don't think was going to be like a 4-0 for either player, so they kind of got to think. They got to think the long game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we are in the semi-finals. It would be quite surprising if any of these series really are just a full sweep. I mean, all of the players left now are quite strong, so it would be quite strange for them to not be able to take at least one game of their opponent.
Yeah, well, at the moment we're even, and we got game 3 starting on Klondike.
And we do have spawning on the top right side of the map in the color blue as the Ottomans, Kaiserklein, who is currently tied 1-1 with his opponent on the bottom left side of the map, playing in the color red as Russia, LordRaphael, and I did hear a donation sound.
Kaiser just win our team. I need my new shoes.
Thanks for the donation.
Queen is asking Kaiser to win it because she wants new shoes.
Okay, we'll have to see if that works out. So, something interesting about the map, which I'm curious why they pick civilizations with only one explorer, is there's actually about 200 or 300 coin that's just lying on the floor in treasures that's completely free to pick up.
Oh, yeah. Those beaver treasures? Cascade Range has those as well, right? I think it's the same treasure setup as Cascade Range, actually.
Yeah, so the only issue of Ottomans on this map is it's always annoying that you only have one explorer and it has to spend the first 40 seconds actually building a trading post, whereas the other guy's just like walking around picking up all these treasures. The Raphael's he's not coming across amazing treasures at the moment. His explorer's kind of in this little bit where there is no treasures, so that's a bit unfortunate for him.
There is a pretty good one over here though. If either of them can find that would be quite nice for them.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. Because so he's going to go for a 40 XP. I kind of like that as Russia. You just need a bit of experience to get the first shipment in. As you're not killing many guardians on this map, because the treasures are mostly like level 1 treasures. So the biggest one you'll see is that 40 wood that you fled.
Yeah, and there is only one of those. There's a couple of food ones as well, guarded by a wolf, but yeah, the wood treasure is the big one.
Yeah, and we got a little kind of engagement in the middle of the map. They're both pretty high HP, so they kind of just decided, well, that wasn't really gonna get anything done. So both are on the move. I think at this point, yeah, you don't want to be chasing the other guy because the other guy is going to come across a treasure that you wouldn't get. So Kaiser's just going to get this 40 food, and Raphael will be pretty happy with the 40 wood too.
Yeah. It's actually quite funny because in the practice games, Kaiser's practice partner was like, "Oh my god, why are you shooting me when we're both at full HP? Leave me alone."
Yeah, he's known to kind of follow your explore around in H1 a bit. He likes doing that, and so it might happen again. They're coming across each other again.
Yeah, LordRaphael is actually the one to instigate the fight here this time. Yeah, Kaiser is already aging to colonial though, and LordRaphael is halfway to clicking up. This is of course what Ottoman is known for, just these extremely fast age ups.
Yeah, and I think Raphael might be following him in case he's thinking Kaiser's going to get a second trading post. I'm looking at Kaiser's resource distribution, and it looks like that's what he intends to do. He's at 250 wood. So actually, LordRaphael is kind of denying him a bit from getting this trading post. Okay, so Kaiser will
he is
get
putting
it
it
now.
down. Raphael does have advanced trading post in his deck, by the way.
Yeah, it's always nice to have that as an option. Maybe even just to throw off the other guy, because kind of at this stage you're probably checking each other's decks. So Kaiser would be looking there, but he knows it's not a now, or else he would have gotten a trading post. And I'm just wondering, is he gonna get this trading post in time, or is that the little shenanigans by Raphael delaying that trading post a little bit maybe going to pay off because he's going to miss the pass here?
That is really annoying.
Because and Raphael just sees the 2 vills, so that's going good for him. He's scoured the forward, or the potential for the forward base to come up, and he's denied the XP there. So yeah.
Funnily enough, when they were playing on this map, like every time they played, there was like one hunt spawning right here in the corner and right here in the corner, and neither of the times he successfully scouted that and started hurting it in time. But Raphael already has that. Oh my god, these positions.
Oh, this is good. Did you even see Raphael like retasked his vills because they were building the block house, and he was like, oh crap, he's got his racks going up, but then he clicked them back, so he just did like a double take there on his vills, which is weird. I've never seen that before. But so I don't know how this goes. I would assume that Russia would be happy with this only because they've got access to the 5 Cossacks shipment, the 4 Cossacks, and the 13 Strelets that can come out right.
And this is also just an outpost, so
yeah,
it does have 500 hit points less than a normal barracks, though.
Yeah, the more I think about this, I think Russia. This looks good for Russia. I wonder if Kaiser's gonna put much into defending this. Okay, so he shipped the 700 wood and is probably going to be looking to get stagecoach up Adenoa military building. So he's gone for the stable, but this Rax is, I don't know how long that's going to last.
I mean, we do have to realize that Giants are twice as powerful as Russian musketeers, so that is a thing that's important to remember.
Yeah, interesting that Raphael started off with musketeers. Maybe he was worried about a free hussar shipment. I have to assume he's got military on the way. And 13 Strelets. Very nice.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. These Strelets can much more easily defend this barrack, or defend your sieging musketeers, compared to 5 Cossacks. And sure, the Cossacks can raid a little bit, but this is auto. Like, most of their eco will come from shipping crates, and it's quite easy to gather those while being raided by Cossacks.
Yes, so Raphael's got a good composition against what Kaiser's doing, but I'm thinking if Kaiser gets, say, like a good batch of Huss together with these 3 Huss and maybe even some Jans, he could possibly just steamroll whatever Raphael. In fact, so he's going in, so I think this is it. So
I don't think there's enough Russian musketeers to deal with this.
Okay.
Although there is going to be a shipment coming here relatively soon for Russia, I would imagine. There is stagecoach, by the way.
5 Jans as well, but they'll take a while to come in. Oh, he's put the muskets in melee mode. They went past a little bit. They're getting good shots though. The Strelets are focusing.
Oh, there's the Cossacks.
I think he holds this really nicely. The blockhouse still doing work. All the Jans have gone down.
And Kaiser is not producing at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Raphael just cleaned that up pretty handily. And I think that's just basically because his unit shipments have both come out at this blockhouse, whereas Kaiser, he sent 2 unit shipments the same as Raphael, but they both come out at the town center, you know, just had to walk across the map.
Yeah, also Kaiser was not producing for a very long time there. His macro slipping a little bit. Like, he also has 560 wood, which he cannot use for any kind of military, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Like, pikemen, maybe, I guess. Do Ottoman have pikemen?
You might be wishing they did, but so the thing is now the stable's in danger. So now the Rax has gone down, and the trading posts are in danger.
Where's his replacement barracks? Oh, all the way in his base. So he's just going to sacrifice this the stagecoach TP line.
Yeah, I mean he sort of has to, because Raphael is so much and he can't defend it, but at the same time you can't sacrifice a stagecoach TP line. So basically, what I'm saying is he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, for sure. And like now, there's even Cossacks coming over to raid because, you know, if you can supply pressure with even more pressure, that's great.
Yeah. Kaiser tries to defend it. He split his hussars into 2 groups, so he needs to get a win here. And if he can maybe kill these 4 Cossacks for free by trying to get surround on them, and this map's quite narrow. Oh no! But they're going to get away because he didn't send them up to the left. So actually, yeah, Raphael gets away with those 4 Cossacks, I think.
That's quite important because there's no stable for Russia yet, so it will be quite a while until he can support his army with more reinforcing cav. So preserving these 2 big cav shipments is quite huge.
Yeah,
this is a big army of Hussar, though.
It is, and he's caught Raphael a bit out of position. However, Raphael does have the bigger army, so once it all engages, he should be okay to take this. Though the musketeers are dying a little bit.
Yeah, it's difficult to say, but I do believe that Russia is coming ahead here, especially because his reinforcing blockhouse is quite close.
Yeah, and once Kaiser loses this bit of army, it's going to be really hard for him to remass. Yeah, that is very bad for Kaiserklein.
Yeah, he does have a reinforcing batch of Hussar coming though, and a decent number of the musketeers did die, but there's reinforcing batches added in, so LordRaphael is completely fine here.
Yeah, he gets some Hussar out on the Strelets, takes down a Strelet, and maybe gets away for free. Yeah, okay, so that's nice for him. So part of the issue also that's going on is that Kaiser's had to be gathering from berries a lot of this time, while Raphael hasn't gathered his berries at all. He's been on hunts. So Kaiser's just had less income as well, mostly because he was worried about the Cossacks raiding him.
Yeah, I think he might not be aware that there is a hunt over here.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I bet you're right. He hasn't scouted that, and that's really unfortunate for him. He shipped in some food to kind of get his mass up again, and he's going to try and do a raid, and he needs to get
I love how Russia is adding in a stable now. He lost the cav from his shipments, but he knows how important it is to have cav in any matchup, to be fair. So he's adding in a stable now, and that his eco is improving, especially now that he's stealing the stagecoach TPs.
Yeah, once the stagecoach TP line goes in favor of Russia, it's almost going to be impossible for Ottomans to get back into this. He tried a raid, which is kind of what you have to do when you're behind. You know, you just have to try something to get back in. But he didn't get any villages with that, and he's just returning home. So
Russia is in a very good position here. It's going to be very difficult for Kaiserklein to win this game after this.
Yeah, and so there's like no reason for Raphael to overcommit here either. He can just take the TP line and just sit back and wait for Kaiserklein to come to him. Okay, so Kaiser's going to kind of he knows that Raphael's whole army is sieging this top trading post, so he's going to try and see what he can get done while Raphael's army is out of position.
Yeah, and this is why adding in cav is so important. It allows him to catch these little raids that Kaiser is trying to do.
Yeah, and it seems that Raphael's like half his army, like that he's left back at base, is enough to kind of hold what Kaiser sent to him.
And like LordRaphael can just put his trading posts on wood now, take the entire TP line, and then start reinforcing it with blockhouses, and that will be so difficult for Russia to, or for Ottoman to break.
Yeah. So what is nice for Kaiser is he's actually got all three military production buildings up and running, it can be a bit hard to do as Ottomans early on. So he's got access now to those Abus guns. He's added in a few, and I guess Abus guns kind of two-shot, or like all of Russia's infantry probably. So if he can get some nice kiting going on with some Abus guns, then he could micro his way back into this. If he's it'll have to be some good micro, but like the potential is there.
Yeah, they actually do two-shot both of Russia's infantry units before Boyars. After Boyars, the Strelets take a third shot.
Yeah, and he's got 5 more Abus, so like the Abus count is increasing. The thing is, this double blockhouse position is so nice as a defensive position. It's like, yes, as soon as Kaiser just pushes in, Raphael just sends his army back and lets the blockhouses shoot.
Yeah, at this point, Kaiser might just need to focus on retaking the TP line instead of trying to push this blockhouse position.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, actually. Like, this position kind of looks unbreakable as there's potential reinforcements as well. So actually, why not go for the trading posts, which are kind of away from the blockhouses? So yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do.
Oh, I really love what Raphael's doing. He's adding in a second stable even. He sees that Kaiser is starting to mix in Abus. And that means that he is going to struggle to also get enough resources to get these Jans, because both these units are extremely expensive.
Yeah, Raphael's going to charge in.
Oh, and there's the Boyars. And now these Cossacks and Strelets are very powerful. So if you just go Cossack Strelet, it will be very difficult for Ottoman to deal with that.
Ooh, watch your musketeers!
Yeah, those are important. He needs those to have some actual damage against the Hussar.
Yeah, Kaiser's doing a good job trying to get as much damage as he can do with these Abus guns. I think Raphael probably lost a lot of army needlessly there. But I mean, as Russia, it's kind of the Civ way. You're like, right, I've got so many units just to expend anyway. I don't think he's going to be worried about a couple of Strelets and Musketeers going down.
And he's even repairing the trading post. That's really nice. When I said actual damage, talking about his Musketeers, I forgot they are Russian Musketeers, and Cossacks actually almost outdamage Musketeers on Gav.
Oh, Kaiser's looking to increase his economy with a mosque. So he's reached that 25 villages, and so he's going to be making use of the fact that the mosque techs they only cost half on the ESOC patch.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult though. He is very far behind in eco. He is behind, let's see, 17 population just in Vils, and that's not even counting 12 Vils worth of trading posts.
Yeah, so the thing is, his eco is absolutely in the gutter. Like, it is awful compared to Raphael's, but I'm just having a look at the military unit population, and it seems pretty similar. So I'm thinking, like, the only way for Kaiser to come back in this is maybe if he takes a miracle fight. Wait, could this be it?
Yeah, it will need to be, though, because the reason he is somewhat keeping up in military is because he's shipping all these crates. Well, Russia is actually doing the same, so...
Yeah.
But this is just, I mean...
Yeah, I think the trees are maybe helping the Ottomans a little bit. Raphael doesn't want to lose the Cossacks. The Jans are getting kind of a good engagement, but I think there's just too many red units there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Kaiser,
and especially the Cossack mass. Like, the Cossack mass is so important in this matchup, especially once they get really low on Jan count. Like, Boyard Cossacks do really well against Hussar when supported by some ranged infantry. And then once this Hussar line falls, these Abus are just completely done for. And the Abus can't really get onto the infantry mass of Russia because it can safely sit in the back behind these Cossacks. And if the Abus walk forward, then the Cossacks just decide to hit them instead of the Hussar.
Yeah, exactly. And so that means that Raphael is going to go 2-1 up, and I think that's just because that game kind of felt decided about 5 minutes when they both choose to put their forward base right next to each other. And I think that's just one of those scenarios where you've put your base down and they both went down at the same time, and then you spend the next 20 seconds thinking, is this good for me? Is this bad for me? Just trying to like calculate all the possibilities in your head. And I think after those 20 seconds, Raphael was probably thinking, yeah, awesome. And Kaiserklein was going, crap, this is not going to go well for me. And he just wasn't able to defend that. But
why does his barracks come with a free shipment point in a tower? This isn't fair.
yeah. But I think because we got so many matchups in AoE, it's like over 100 matchups, right? You can't know. I doubt these guys have played that exact matchup, a lot of times, and then for that exact scenario to have happened, like you don't necessarily immediately know if that's good or bad for you until you've just spent a few seconds thinking about it, because that might be the first time, for example, that's ever happened to them in that exact matchup that they put a racks in a blockhouse next to each other.
Yeah, for sure. The next map will be Manchac, by the way, and Kaiser will be picking first. Once we get invited to the lobby, it seems Raphael is not joining yet.
Oh yeah, give Raphael a bit of time. He's obviously basking in his 2-1 lead. All right, I'm getting the invite now. So Raphael has joined. I will post the maps for these guys. So yeah, we've got Manchac coming up next, and we will definitely get to Hudson Bay. And if this series carries on, we've also got Bengal and Arkansas for the final 2 maps. So hopefully we get to those 2 as well.
And something to point out in that last fight, even though the military populations were about equal, the Cossacks only take 1 population, whereas the Hussar take 2.
Yeah, exactly, and the Abus guns take 2 as well.
Oh, Abus as well? Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Boyard Cossacks and Boyard Strelets, while they aren't quite worth the same as Abus and Hussar, they are not half worth, they are more than half. So the actual worth of the army was quite a bit more than about equal.
Yeah,
which is one of Russia's strengths, of course.
Yeah, at that point it was looking almost impossible for Kaiser to win. He just needed that miracle engagement, which sometimes can happen, right? Like you if you get a nice position where you're kind of stuck in the trees a little bit, where
and you're able to actually get on the right units and can really do damage, then for sure. Abus are just in general an extremely powerful unit if left unchecked.
Yeah, it's not impossible. It needed to be a miracle, and it didn't happen. So Kaiser picks first.
Yeah,
yes.
And he is going for ports, it seems. I don't actually remember Manchac, so but if he's going ports, I would assume it's an advanced trading post map.
It's got 3 trading posts, but you kind of only have access to 2 of them.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah, it's the one that kind of looks a bit like Bayou.
Does it have
like
water?
It. I mean, it's got water on the map, but there's no fish or like, it's swamp water. It's not water.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like half the map is covered in water, but your land units can walk on it. So.
Oh, I think I remember which one this is. Is this the one where the trade post runs down the middle through your base, and there is 1 TP in your base, 1 in the middle, 1 in your opponent's base?
Indeed, yeah. That's the one. It's got some nice treasures as well. So,
and your coin mines are submerged half the time, and you can't see them.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah. So yeah, not too surprised to see Kaiser go ports here. I guess his other options were he hasn't used Dutch yet, which he plays a bit, and I don't think he's used Russia yet. Right? It was Raphael that used Russia.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he's pretty good with ports. I wonder what Raphael will use against Portugal.
Yeah, it's actually surprising that neither of these players have picked Dutch yet. It's certainly an extremely powerful civ on the patch, so maybe they don't quite feel comfortable with it. Of course, it's always a possibility.
Okay. So I think Raphael's choices are. I remember he played against Gungun in this matchup, and he chose to pick the British civilization. So I'm kind of expecting Brits Oh, ESO going down. Oh, that's not great. But yeah, I'm expecting that he's going to go Brits.
How does he know that, actually?
I think you can go to the browser and press refresh, and if it doesn't refresh, we're kind of screwed.
Ah.
It should come back in time.
Oh, yeah, it does indeed not refresh.
Yeah, hopefully it won't take too long. I was going to say there is a small chance that Raphael picks France or Dutch, but I think the favourite civ for him is going to be British here, unless he's practiced something else. It could be possible that he's practiced something else against Portugal recently, which he likes.
So do we have to wait for ESO to go down and back up, or?
I think so, because even if we're already up, like it won't actually start.
Okay.
But usually it takes like 2 or 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's usually pretty quickly.
Occasionally it can take longer, so we'll hope it's not the occasionally. And anyway, Raphael doesn't seem to be here, so we're not missing anything right now. When can we pick says that is next game.
Yes.
So yeah. All right. Maybe he had. I wonder if he was just checking, or if he was wanting to maybe use one of the civs he's already used.
Let's see. He has played Ottomans, Russia, and Germany, right?
Yeah.
He was probably trying. He probably wanted to repick Germany, if any of those, and I would imagine, or maybe even Russia. Actually, Russia is really good on this map as well. Yeah, he is going for Brits, and Brits is of course one of those very versatile, well-rounded civs.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we're expecting. Brits are pretty good against. Oh, okay, it might be back up again. Yeah, Brits are pretty good against Portugal, so Raphael will be.
I am waiting a response from ESO.
Yeah, I just got that message too. I don't know if this will launch. Okay, well, great. No problem.
Well, except that I have a box that's telling me that I failed to retrieve the game list. Oh, nope, never mind, it's gone. Okay, yeah, never mind.
You
good job, ESO, good job.
Alright.
But we do have spawning on the top right side of the map, playing in the color blue as the Portuguese, Kaiserklein, who is currently down 1-2 against his opponent, who is spawning on the bottom left side of the map, playing in the color red as the British, LordRaphael. This is of course the ESOC Spring Tournament semi-finals. Whoever wins this series, and this is a best of 7, will move on to play against Black Star.
Yeah, and it's another 200 wood start. I don't understand how they get so many 200 wood starts. It's like they're rigging the maps. What's going on? 200 would start every time. I mean, both are going to be happy. Portugal, another trading post going down. Like we've seen so many.
Even Brits is getting a trading post now.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, every time I see Brits getting a trading post when I'm casting, I always say like, this isn't very normal that Brits get a trading post, but we see this more and more often. But I feel like I should just stop saying that now because we see it so damn often. I should just be like, yeah, so this is totally normal now, to be honest.
Standard play.
This is the standard, and you know what? At this level, I think maybe it is the standard thing to do. Brits just taking the trading post.
Yeah, I think that when it's a 200 wood start, they like doing it. I think they don't if it's a 100 wood start.
Yeah. So I remember kind of how Raphael played this out before. He just goes for a bit of eco between like minute 4 and minute 6, and then works on getting a huge army to hit at the time when Portugal ages up. So we'll have to see how Kaiserklein deals with that. He's getting a nice 75 wood treasure though.
Yeah, shame he already chopped for his house, but like you said, it's a good treasure no matter what. Yeah.
And this map usually has some good treasures in general. I was looking for this. This map actually usually spawns at 110 wood treasure, which is in the middle, and that's kind of that's a big game changer.
Yeah, that if Kaiser can get that, he can get his market and hunting dogs just straight up.
Yeah. So Raphael going for the Cherokee Rifleman instead, which he'll be able to lock down Kaiser's Explorer if he comes across it. And economic theory. Interesting.
Yeah, most of the time they save that shipment for H2. By the way, how hilarious would it be to have this as China?
What have we got here? 40. Yeah, that would be pretty pretty unfair.
Not even hilarious, just straight up unfair.
Unfair. So Raphael, he's starting to micro this treasure, but that Kaiser's gonna find him. I think he should just see him on the. Oh, and Raphael committed. Like he used the crack shots. Kaiser didn't see him. No, he did see him.
With the Cherokee Rifleman here, though, I don't think Kaiser can really stay here very long. Although this alligator is doing quite a bit of damage, but he does get the experience, so it's not completely worthless for him.
Oh, yeah.
I do think his Explorer wins this race. The Cherokee Rifleman does not do as much damage, or not enough damage to compensate for the low hit points of Humphrey Thompson.
No, I wonder if you actually put the Cherokee in melee mode just to make sure. Oh, I thought he was going to go for it there, but maybe he realized too late.
Yeah, although Kaiser's Explorer is taking quite a bit of damage in exchange for this.
Yeah.
But he did get 45 experience and the experience for killing the alligator, so that was pretty nice for him. He already has a shipment and a half ready.
Well, yeah, it looks like a Goodspeed Company has arrived. 331. LordRaphael sent the cheaper manners card, and he's so yeah. What I think he's going to do is spend the next couple of minutes just really getting a huge economy, and then he's going to completely stop the economy and go full on units and try and create that timing to just end Portugal before they get rolling in Age 3.
Do you think this house is close enough to revive the Explorer, or will he need to move a unit there anyway?
I think he's going to need to move a unit, but you know, it's okay. It's like
I mean, there's villagers right there, so
yeah.
Which probably means there's going to be a forward base there, right? It might just be for Vision, the manor house, but in that case, I believe they would be pulling back because you know they are in the middle of the map and quite exposed.
Yeah, be interesting to see what Kaiserklein is going to throw up. Thinking he might just go for a single stable or a single rack semi-FF.
Quite actually quite unlucky. This is wandering quite far. Oh yeah, but he just puts his forward TC there, so he's fine.
Well,
you were saying something. Sorry.
He's fine for now, I guess, but it's going to be hard to defend that, like, because I guess it's well, okay, no, it's probably all right for him. So he's got a stable going up, so he'll try and get some raiding done. Brits kind of have loads of villagers, so you know, lots of opportunity to kill some.
Yeah, LordRaphael is hurting a lot better than Kaiser here, though.
Yeah, good scouting by Raphael. Immediately sees this town center and gets to work on it already.
It's fine though. Kaiser gets to scout the 700 wood by Brits. Very unstandard shipment, so glad he got to see that.
And we've got the fabled barracks being built by 4 settlers up in the middle of the map.
Oh wow, yeah, that's that barracks really needs to be quickly done. Apparently, LordRaphael does not want to mess around.
he absolutely doesn't want to wait.
Pikeman actually, wow, yeah. So he wants to push this TC, I guess, and it has taken 1,500 damage just from the Explorer and the Cherokee Rifleman sieging it in construction.
Yeah, the pikeman also going to be good against the Hussars. I think in his game against Gungun in this matchup, if I remember, he actually didn't use the pikemen offensively, but like he immediately sent them home to defend. Oh look, yeah, okay. Oh. So so he's going to do exactly that. Rather than using them offensively, he knows like there's a very strong chance that Portugal is going to do this cavalry start and will just send them to raid. So if he's pikeman already to defend his vills, then he'll be in great shape.
Second barracks being added in for Brit here.
Yeah, he's going to go all the way up to 200 mana population. You know, he's already 160.
Wow. Yeah, he's booming quite hard at the moment. Let's take a look at his wood upgrades. Does he have... Yeah, he does have ganks. He doesn't have luck flume or anything crazy like that, but that one's quite expensive, so...
Yeah, and interestingly, Kaiser's staying in age 2 for a bit longer than you'd expect. He could still be looking to go up to age 3.
Yeah, I think he... Like, if you look at his vil distribution, he is only gathering coin from these crates and everything else is on food. So I do believe he intends to age up with the 600 coin here.
Yeah. We'll see what these two groups of cav can get done. I guess he could choose to kill these pikes. Like 9 hussars can actually trade okay versus 5 pikes. And Raphael doesn't actually have enough resources for Minutemen, so I think... Is he gonna... No, he doesn't want to...
Yeah, he only sees 5 and now he realizes, wait, that is 5 pikemen. I have a ton of hussar.
Oh, he doesn't... Okay, so he's gonna go for it. They were both unsure.
Now there is enough resources for Minutemen, though.
Yep. How was pikeman not dead? He still was all his pikemen. Only one of them went down. I think a lot of the shots were on the villagers. He will get a vil here. That's nice. Pikeman finally going down. Nope. There's still 2 left.
Yeah, he did force the Minutemen though, and he also forced his entire longbow mass to fall back. I'm not sure if he scouted the longbow mass actually. He might have fallen back before they came in sight.
Yeah, I think Raphael's gonna be pleased with that. I'm gonna check.
Yeah, that was 5 hussar for 3 pikemen and a vil.
Oh well, yeah, I was just gonna see how many vils he lost. So he only lost 1 vil. And Kaiser's only aging up now, and so Raphael's done all his booming. Okay, so he did stop at 160 mana pop. He's got no one on wood anymore. All he's going to do now is just pump out units from these free production facilities, and he's just going to straight hit Kaiserklein when Kaiser doesn't have much. And so the only good thing for Kaiser is he had a full shipment. He sent a shipment, and he will almost have another shipment immediately. And he's absolutely going to need those shipments, or else he won't be able to defend at all.
Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised those hussar didn't do more damage. Like, how can they only have killed 3 vils, or 3 pikes and 1 vil? What were they hitting?
I think they were just hitting some of the villagers, and yeah, he needed way more damage. And look, Raphael's he's just sent 6 musketeers. Like this is his time. Like this is the exact build he's done before to counter
The DC
Portugal.
did get repaired, by the way, so it is full hit points. But yeah, I mean, he's going to ignore it because he knows there's no villagers in it.
Yeah, but how does he look at how much mass he's got? He's got a reinforcement batch. It's 8 castles isn't going to be enough, I don't think. It's so much is here.
There's not that many hussars actually, so maybe the 8 castadors can do some work here. They do have 50 ranged resist, so they are quite strong against most of the things here. But they will need to do some insane kiting here.
What? Kaiser's running. Okay, so that's nice for him that he kind of got his army out. Like if Raphael had seen it, he could have crushed it before Kaiser's able to add to this army. But okay, so he gets 5 dragoons out. This town center's not lasting at all long, so he's gonna have to go soon.
Yeah, he needs to have Minutemen and some shipment arrive here.
There it is. The organs, the villagers, maybe the Minutemen as well. This is. We'll see what the organs can get done.
Yeah, he is doing a decent job at blocking them, but you know, when there's so many musketeers, you can just right-click the organ guns.
I think Kaiser's... It's hard to see how much his villagers... There's a lot of villagers that are pretending their army. His castadors are still left alive, and he's killed all of the hussars. So
oh, and he's...
really
like,
nice.
Raphael was dragboxing his hussars, so they were moving extremely slow.
Has he actually defended this? I don't think that was possible to be able to defend it, but I think he has.
Yeah, but I'm scared to go look at units lost. 7 villagers died there, but now there's more hussar here.
More hussar? Yeah, these 2 dragoons are going to be really low. Raphael's going to try and focus them down. Kaiserklein is going to try and micro back. The thing is, Kaiser's reinforcements probably won't be that great because all his vills were kind of fighting. Though that was a pretty nice defense so far.
Yeah, and this Musk Huss mix from LordRaphael is doing so much work here. Musk Huss is just extremely powerful. Even against Skirm Goon, which is technically speaking its countercom, if you just have a really big batch of Musk Huss, and your opponent is only just making the transition to Skirm Goon, you can really do some insane damage. You have extreme high hit point units.
Oh, but he's building up a good mass of dragoons. He got the 5 dragoon shipment in, and so Raphael does have 6 longbow, but that's not enough. I think like there's too many dragoons, and he actually cleaned up
Yeah, and I like, even though 7 vills died, I'm not sure if it was enough to be worth it to be an age down. You have to remember, Port does have 2 TCs because he did not siege down this free TC in the middle of the map, and now the 3rd one is down as well. So the longer this game goes, Kaiser will be able to catch up in eco to the bricklayer because he can just produce 3 vills at once.
That's true, yeah. So I've actually only just seen where he's put his 3rd town centre. I was focused on all the fight, but we got the 3rd town centre on the bottom right. Has Raphael identified these villagers gathering up the top? It kind of looks like he's headed. I think he might.
And this is the problem. Kaiser did not really hurt very well in the early game, so his next hunts are really far away. I mean, this is Manchac, so you have 6,000 food worth of berries in your base.
Yeah, and well, he doesn't even need berries because he sent the 700 food as well. LordRaphael sent the 700.
I was referring to Kaiser because his hurting was somewhat poor this game.
Yeah.
So he does have 6,000 relatively safe food, although he is somewhat unlucky with the positioning of those berries. Oh, but now the army is heading for these DCs because obviously this is where Kaiser is getting the majority of his food from. And just look at how big this Musk-Hus army has been reinforced to.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I think Brits they can just grow their army count a lot faster than Kaiserklein can. And Kaiser's running out of shipments. Okay, so he got the 7 Cassadors in, but he sent all kind of his big military shipments now. So yeah,
he only has the Mamelukes left, and I don't think Mamelukes will do particularly well against this Musk-Hus longbow army.
Yeah,
I mean it's certainly a good shipment, of course, but
yeah. He got caught a little out of position again. He was expecting Raphael to pressure in on the right, but Raphael swung round to the top, idling like so many villages.
Oh, he needs to be careful with these Dragoons. It's very important that these don't die.
Yeah, he just lost one.
He did repair his DC again, though.
Yep, pretty smart thing to do. He's adding in some hussars. Raphael doesn't want to risk it. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, the Hussars, I think, are not as much an army addition he's making as it is to start counter-pressuring LordRaphael. In a position like this, sometimes it's correct to, instead of trying to play defensive, to just mount a counter-offensive to force LordRaphael to back off and defend his villages, which are now exposed, because obviously, even though he hurt it quite well in the beginning, you can only hurt so much, and you can't hurt from here to your TC. That's just not a possibility. So now Hussar could really apply some serious pressure and force LordRaphael to fall back with at least a portion of his army to defend his economy.
Yeah, Raphael's just choking him out. Like, he's switching from the top town center to the middle town center, and he's just going back and forth between these town centers. And every time he's idling so many villagers. Like every time he goes back to the top town center, he just idles 20 villagers from Kaiserklein. So like the longer this goes on, like his army's just getting bigger each time. And I don't think he's going to take this once he sees Kaiser's here. He is gonna he smells blood. He thinks he's got enough, and you know what? I think he probably does. Yeah,
this DC has not got Minutemen yet, though, and it is a shipment point for potential Mamelukes. Kaiserklein is gathering the coin for the Mamelukes. We can see that clearly in his macro. And the shipment has sent, the coin is gone, Mamelukes are on the way, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, but I think it's too late. I think that's why Raphael probably was being a bit hesitant for the first few pokes, just in case Mamelukes came out. But he saw the size of Kaiser's army. He calculated he easily had enough to steamroll it, forced the engagement, and Kaiser is looking to go down 3-1, I think.
You say that, but Kaiser actually caught up in eco, so if this does go on for much longer, LordRaphael will have to be careful because he is down in age.
Yeah, well, I mean, so Raphael actually hasn't been making villagers at all. Like, he cut not only mana production, but villager production from the town center. So he just went straight eco and then straight army, and that was it. Kaiser's got this one chance with the Mamelukes.
He does need to be able to get resources with his eco, of course, if he can't do that. And there's the Mamelukes together with the Minutemen. Actually, on top of the longbow, importantly.
Yeah, he got at the best position he could hope for. We'll see how good the Mamelukes are. I mean, the Minutemen are okay. He's got a good number of Cazadors. The Mamelukes are doing really well. Like, the Musketeers aren't anywhere close to the Mamelukes. They're going for the Dragoons instead.
Imagine if this was still a 5 Mameluke shipment, by the way.
Yeah, this is going better for Kaiser than I expected. He's doing a good job keeping his Cazadors alive. Raphael's doing a good job focusing the Dragoons with the longbows, or he was at a point there. He's going to kill all the Mamelukes as well. There's just one left. And...
yeah, I think this is a hold for Kaiser,
no
actually.
Way.
Although there is a reinforcing batch of 5 Hussar here, and the Dragoon count, like you said, has been focused down quite nicely. But I don't think there's enough army to really be pushing under the town center still, although it does only have 290 hit points.
Unreal. How did he do that?
Mameluke's good unit. By the way, they are just also friendly sharing food here.
Yeah. Okay, and so, because Raphael, as I said, he cut villager production, and so you're right. Kaiser's overtaken him in eco, and he somehow held. Like, I thought there was no way he could help.
Yeah, I think this is actually quite a problem for Raphael now, because his safe food is really running out. I mean, for both players, of course, but these TCs are something that Brit does not have. Sure, he has manners everywhere, or, well, in most places to give vision, but that doesn't actually give him a safe position necessarily. Well, these TCs are protecting a decent swath of land here with 3 coin mines and kind of some hunt, more or less.
Yeah, I'm still blown away how Kaiser managed to hold that, but it feels all the time that Raphael's army is still bigger. He's got about 10 Hussars and Musketeers, and okay, so Kaiser got some Dragoons. For a moment, he had absolutely no anti-cav, and if Raphael had found that could have been game ending right there. 4 Dragoons might just be enough. Okay, I mean, it's really tentative. Like,
yeah, for
Raphael
sure.
He's just got more army, but
Brit is running low on shipments that are relevant, though, which is also something we have to keep in mind.
Yeah, why 1k coin has just come in for Portugal.
Oh, and it's on the almost dead town center, actually.
Guys, he's going to need to kite like absolutely crazy here. If he can get all this Hussar down, he's even got Vils trying to soak up fire, but Raphael's not taking the bait at all. Like, he's making sure all his army's moving forward, trying to really focus down the Dragoons.
I think Kaiser is fine here, though. I think he even has one more batch of Minutemen, perhaps, if he wants to.
I don't know. Like, it really depends on all these reinforcements, because we've got 5 more Hussars coming in from Raphael.
Yeah, and it's really important that the Hussar reinforcements are big. That's what matters most here. He needs to get more Dragoons out.
He does. He's got 5 more Dragoons.
Oh.
Is that just going to be enough?
I think it might be. And yeah. I think he needs to ship Dragoon combat next, I suppose. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. If he can just put, like, Raphael's doing a really good job at focusing the Dragoons, but he's only got 2 Hussars at the moment.
This TC has 260 hit points, and it's doing 54 ranged attack.
Oh wow, I hadn't even noticed that. And Kaiser's gonna hold this. I
think Raphael realized that the TC is super low. No, he's actually just gonna run past this. Oh, he needs to siege this down at some point. Well, he needed to do that quite a while ago. Oh, but I think I discovered where the Hussar reinforcements went.
Yeah, and they're killing a lot of... Okay, but he's gonna get back out there because Kaiser's got a big Dragoon mass up. And so Kaiser's ahead on eco and he's ahead on army now. Wow! Yeah. So it's just completely switched around.
I really love how both players are recognizing they have 6k food in berries, though. That's really important that they realize that.
Yeah. So Raphael, he went all in with this kind of timing, didn't build any villages, and it was so close for like a good 10 minutes, but it couldn't break Kaiserklein. Like, it almost did. Like, all these town centers got so low, and then Kaiser was repairing them, and I thought Raphael was doing a good job at choking out Kaiserklein, but Kaiser just defended with some really nice micro.
Yeah, and now these villagers from Raphael are under extreme amounts of pressure.
Oh, you know it's a good game when someone sends 8 crossbow and H3, right? Like,
I think it would have been better to ship Dragoon combat there.
Possibly, but I think he just wants army, because Kaiser's probably like looking at the score and he's probably thinking like, what? He's wondering probably why is his score so high, and he's probably figured out that maybe Raphael wasn't actually going he didn't build many villages. So I think he just wants army basically. So I think that's why he went for the 8 crossbows, because he knows if he holds, he's fine. And yeah, I wonder if this is Raphael's last push. He's got out 5 more hussars and a batch of 8 longbows.
Still under this DC that's doing 90 damage while it has 260 hit points.
Oh, that is a lot of hussars though.
Yeah, that's a lot of hussars. And these dragoons at this point probably just need to body block for the castadors instead of trying to kite.
Ooh,
And yeah, he does realize it. Although they need to be wary of these musketeers. They can't just tank those.
Yeah, that was a huge reinforcement batch for Kaiser, but look, what are the goons? Oh god, they're all being killed.
This DC though, it's still not dead and it's doing 90 damage per shot.
I think that's it.
Wait, who resigned? Is it... Raphael resigns, okay. Oh, that was such a tense game.
I don't... That was crazy. Honestly, I thought, I thought Raphael had it totally in the bag for like the 10 minutes. I was like, okay, he's going to send the pikemen back, he'll defend the raids. Kaiser got like nothing done with those 9 hussars he built in Age 2, right? And it was looking like Raphael was just gearing up for that big push. He stopped all the villager production. He had so much army. I don't know how he held that. Like it seemed at multiple points that he hadn't held it. Like I thought he took too much damage at the main fight. The 2 organs went down so quickly. I don't know how he held that, Chrissy. That was crazy.
Yeah. If you look at the military population graph, like it's actually impressive. There is 3 big fights in the game. Yeah. And for like the first 2 of them, just like compare the populations. And Kaiser just... They end at equal military population, even though Kaiser has half the stuff.
Yeah, that was... I don't know, I thought that was over. I don't see how he held that, and then he held that, and that was that.
That was just some really impressive play by Kaiser there.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that game. So does that bring us... Are we at 2-2?
Yes, we are at 2-2.
No! 2-2. Oh, that's awesome. All
and
right.
you know what this means, right? The civs have been reset, with the game being completely tied.
Yeah. Alright. So...
you can see her in the semi-finals. These series are becoming extremely tense.
Yeah.
All the players left are extremely good, and you should never underestimate any of these people. I agree with Kaiser. I'm going to get a drink.
Alright, we'll see. Does he mean now or after the next game? Yeah, I can understand why he almost resigned at 10 minutes. Like if we'd stopped the game at 10 minutes, I would have said Raphael had a big lead. Like that was exactly what Brits... Like that the first 10 minutes went so in favor of Brits.
Yeah, for sure.
If he's is he already taken his break? Oh yeah. Next map is Hudson Bay. I'll post the maps. Hudson Bay, Bengal, and Arkansas.
Who picked first? Kaiser did, right?
Oh, I'm so bad at keeping track of that. I honestly have no idea. Yeah.
Let's see. Game 1 was won by Kaiser, so game 2 he picks first. Game 3 Raphael picks first. Game 4 he picked first. So yes, now Raphael has to pick first.
All right. Okay. I think I'm gonna take a quick break myself. I'll be back in like a couple minutes or so.
Okay, sure. Yeah, these semi-finals matches are becoming reasonably long, of course, so... Seems the players just want to take a breather, maybe get a drink or something, so... We're going to give that to them, of course. This is also the midway point of the series, so it is quite reasonable to give them a break here. Okay, we are back. Thank you for waiting. Just, you know, getting a drink, clearing our voices a bit. Whew.
Yeah.
That was quite a game.
Indeed. But straight into German Mirror on Hudson Bay. Who was it who picked first, by the way? Who
Raphael picked first.
Okay, so Raphael picked first with Germany, and Kaiserklein just fought. So we had to civ reset, so all civs were open to him, but he's just gone straight to the mirror. So this is going to be a matchup he's pretty experienced with. But Raphael also plays a lot of Germans, so both these guys kind of know what to do in this matchup. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, on the left side of the map, playing in the color red, we do have, as the Germans, LordRaphael, currently tied 2-2 with his opponent. On the right side of the map, playing in the color blue, also as the Germans, Kaiserklein. This is still the ESOC Spring Tournament semi-finals, of course. Whoever wins this series will continue on to face Black Star.
Yeah, and for once we don't have that 200 wood start. However, Kaiserklein did get a 40 wood in base and immediately sent 3 settler wagons to chop on wood. So even though this is a 100 wood start, he's going to go straight for that trading post. And at this, Raphael is actually... Okay, so he also had villagers on wood, but he's going to go for the market instead. And I think that's just because he didn't have that extra wood treasure.
Yeah, wood treasures on a low start can just make such a big difference.
Oh, all right. Okay, so Kaiser's going to go for the market. I thought he was going to actually kind of use the wood to go for a trading post. But he comes across this 90 coins, so I guess... Yeah,
that becomes quite tempting then, I suppose.
Yeah. Both of them getting hunting dogs at precisely the same time.
Have you taken a look at the hunts?
Yeah, they're totally fine.
Okay. Mine seem good as well, so...
Yeah, we're set to go. Raphael has found a decent treasure. Like, this map in general actually offers... a lot of decent treasures, so I guess that's maybe why the players chose not to go for a trading post and just go for the easier to get market on the 100 wood start, just because you kind of got the option to pick up these treasures like 125 wood and like the 90 coin that Kaiser picked up really quickly.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and LordRaphael actually had to chop almost no wood because of that wood treasure.
Yeah, I think he might... Is he behind of... No, okay, no, I wondered if he got idled a little bit just because he waited for that wood treasure. Kaiserklein is kind of going to steal one of the treasures that was on his side of the map. I don't think Raphael's seen that. 90 food, that's pretty nice.
Oh, this could also be a pretty big treasure, though. 135 experience is quite a lot early on in the game.
Yeah, it's more important when you don't start off with the trading post, so that'll be really nice. But he's
native scout actually. That's really good.
Yeah. Because both of them haven't gone for the trading post, right? And they've both been going for big treasures, so they know both of the explorers are going to be really low. So so the native scout doesn't have snare on the ESOC patch, but even still, it just enables him to see what kind of trading post Kaiserklein might go for, and it's still a bit of damage. So like if he can use this native scout to shut down the trading post from Kaiserklein in a German mirror, that's so big.
Yeah, that's almost GG actually.
Yeah, but at the same time, the native scout isn't amazing. It's only got 120 hit points. It now doesn't snare, and it's only got 5-hand attacks. So, like, it might not happen. We'll have to see, and we'll have to see like how hard LordRaphael might try to hunt down Kaiserklein's explorer. He might choose not to do that at all. We'll see what he does.
It also just gives you a stealth unit to put somewhere down on the map as extra vision, though, which is always very nice. He's counter-stealing...
No. But he's getting shot. He's going to lose his explorer. Oh, that was... Wow, so Kaiser saw Raphael going for the treasure in line of sight of this town centre, and he put Mills in the town centre to kill it. So there's no way he's getting a trading post up. Like he
is going to gain some hit points from aging, but yeah. Oh, and he's blocking the explorer with his scout. Very nice.
Yeah. I guess at the same time, like Kaiserklein...
Look at how delayed the TP is from Raphael, though. He might even still need to run a villager to get it.
Yeah, but I was thinking like the TP is also delayed from Kaiser if he chooses to follow Raphael's explorer. I I think maybe both just get their trading post up. Yeah, I think this will be okay for Raphael, because by the time Kaiser finishes his post and comes down, Raphael will be 8, as you said, so he'll get the hit points. So actually, okay, maybe that wasn't as exciting as potentially it could have been.
Oh yeah, because Raphael did a really good job at blocking the Explorer with his scout there.
Yeah. I think there was potential for both players to lose their Explorers at certain points at Age 1 and not get that trading post. And like you were saying, that could have potentially been game over. And he's 28, that's enough. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he is colonial now, so there's no way this Explorer dies.
Yeah. So, yeah. So now both players did
Why
get
are
their
we
trading
not
post.
funding this?
That's Saga's. Oh, no way!
What happened?
Kaiserklein's base. Kaiserklein's base.
Saloon? Oh my god, yes.
Pookie's Tavern. I never thought he'd do this in the tournament game, so Kaiserklein's been known for doing.
Oh, he does have the advanced mercs
strategies.
and Palatine settlements in his decks, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really late with selecting his deck. I did notice that.
Interesting. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. So,
He picked his deck super late, like just as his shipment arrived. That's when he selected his deck.
So we can expect him to build some Comancheros, which are basically Dragoon type units. They're pretty weak, though. They're definitely not as strong.
Oh,
as the
there's
regular
Black
Dragoon.
Riders in H3. That's going to be huge.
Oh wow, that could change his game plan totally.
Yeah,
'cause
I mean, LordRaphael might just want a saloon of his own just because Black Riders. They are so good in the German mirror.
The thing is, he doesn't know. Like Kaiserklein knows, because he's got access
Yes.
to this, so he can build a strategy potentially around looking to get those Black Riders. And Raphael will he'll find out eventually, but maybe after a critical point. And Kaiser must be training Comancheros, and this is going
Yes,
to counter
he is.
Raphael's Ulans as well. Though he's got to be careful at the front. It's good. Yeah, Kaiser loses an Ulan for 3, so the first blood goes to Raphael.
Yeah, but that's going to change pretty quickly once these Comancheros get here. Oh, he's even
Yeah.
baiting them with his one Ulan, although he does need to be careful here. Oh, he's snaring them, and now, yeah.
Well, he's gonna get this. So the thing is, the Comanchero is like really weak. If he doesn't micro them perfectly, like, he could lose them to Ulans. But they're getting some really good trades. So they're not that weak, I guess. Like he took out about 4 or 5 of Raphael's.
They're
Ulans.
actually somewhat cheaper than the Ulan even, so... you can even trade them 1 for 1 more or less. Although, a lot of the Ulans are free, of course.
Yeah, I think since Raphael's seen this, he knows, okay, he doesn't want to build any more Ulans, he just needs to immediately get up to the Fortress Age to be able to deal with this. So he's already aging, so he's going to be aging considerably earlier than Kaiserklein. And the thing with these Comancheros is, as we can see, they're just terrible against villagers.
Yeah. Oh, even their hand attacks has a half multiplier against Vils.
He almost had that. So he was trying to body block with the Comancheros there in Miri, and he was like clicking them around to stop the settler wagon getting in. It almost worked, but Raphael did save the settler wagon.
Well, there is a very low hit point settler wagon now, though, that he can somewhat easily go pick up. Oh, a couple of the Ulans doing a raid here. Let's take a look at units lost. Yeah, no Vils going down.
Yeah, both players did well protecting their villages there, which is nice.
LordRaphael is way earlier to the Fortress Age, though.
Exactly.
Let's see if these Comancheros can get the low hit point settler wagon. Is he holding alt? Does he see it?
They need to go melee, I think.
Yeah, they did spot it, but the Comancheros, like you said, extremely bad village damage.
He's idling Raphael a bit. He's gonna go for it. No.
He needs to get his Ulans on the on the Vil. Like there is no way these Comancheros can ever kill a villager.
Yeah, and I like how Raphael wasn't defending with his extra Ulans. He's just hidden 3 Ulans on the bottom right hand side of the map. So when he feels the time is right, he'll go and raid with those. While at the same time he's shipping war wagons.
Yeah, war wagons are quite a good unit stat-wise. They are somewhat difficult to micro, but definitely very strong. Although I feel like they might lose to Comancheros cost efficiency-wise. Maybe?
Yeah.
They don't have ranged resist, so the Comancheros gain quite a bit of value on that department.
Ooh, I think
They
that was
do
the
have
first-
lower range though, so...
I think that was the first villager that went down. Kaiser had a villager in front of his base. Raphael smartly picked that up. And he's got a small window here just because Kaiser is taking that extra time to age because he didn't ship the 700 coin. He actually went for the kind of the Palatine settlement shipment in its place. So we'll see what damage Raphael can get done.
Oh, Minutemen being called here. Oh, my camera jerking around a bit, okay.
Yeah, he needs to defend this.
Yeah, he's queuing up Black Riders immediately. He has a lot of idle villagers though, so his coin income is quite low at the moment. Oh,
yeah.
This could be dangerous potentially.
Yeah, I don't know if Raphael has enough left to punish it, because Raphael's got a whole bunch of idle villagers. His coin mine has run out. He's got no extra reinforcements coming across the map. So I think Kaiser can stabilize from this. He's smartly, he only had his settler wagons gathering for a bit.
Oh, there's
so,
a 22 hit point war wagon here that needs to be focused down. Yeah. There we go.
I assume Kaiser has a shipment soon.
There is something coming on the
villager.
way. Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
He is actually ahead in villagers though, because, you know, he was making more villagers while LordRaphael was aging up.
And he gets the 8 skirms, so I think he's held this for now.
Yeah,
He's
especially
gonna
with
lose
the
another
Black
build.
Riders finishing. And now LordRaphael will know that there is Black Riders in the saloon, because you don't randomly get 2 Black Riders.
Yes.
Where are the settler wagons going? Oh, to the gold mine, okay.
Yeah. So I wonder if Raphael chooses to add a saloon or just sticks with his current composition. He has a lot of army crossing the map. And that coin mine at the top is exposed. In fact, Kaiser can't gather from it.
Yeah, he is very war wagon heavy at the moment, though, and there is skirms. Well, both players have 8 skirms, I suppose, so...
Yeah, and strangely enough, there's absolutely no barracks on the map right now for anyone. It's just stables and saloons. Raphael's just going to target everything at this top coin mine. He knows that's where Kaiser's getting or pretty much all of his income from. And at the moment, Kaiser doesn't have enough to defend.
Oh, the
He needs another
skirmishers!
match. Yeah, another Ville going to go down. He needs a batch of units from somewhere.
Yeah, he should have a shipment on the way here, though. Oh, and these settler wagons.
Yeah, the settler wagons can tank for a bit if he needs them to.
They do have great goats, so 9 Newlands, and that will need to do some serious work here.
I think they will do serious work. The Raphael's got nothing on the way. He's got 5 bull wagons crossing the map, but they're not going to be in time. So Kaiser can clean this up. Maybe he'll get the skirms out of there. Kaiser smartly sent 3 Uhlans off to try and snare the skirms. I think the war wagons might be able to save a few of them, though. But,
Yeah, Uhlans
that
have
was
a
nice
lot of damage, though.
Yeah, and he gets out some Black Riders as well. And I guess a small bonus that Kaiser has going for him throughout this is he's got that Palatine settlement shipment, which means that he doesn't actually need to build houses, whereas Raphael's had to ship 1,000 wood just to be able to get up infrastructure and houses that Kaiserklein won't have to do. So that's kind of a bonus that isn't really counted into the scores that you see on the top right that Kaiserklein has going for him that Raphael doesn't.
Yeah, for sure. Throughout that encounter, though, Kaiser did lose his eco advantage, which is important. But he does have amalgamation, and he is only gathering 1 resource, really.
Yeah. I guess Raphael's going to just spend this whole game trying to target the coin mines.
Yeah, and this is really smart by Raphael. He knows that Kaiser is going to go very heavy on these Black Riders. So he's just going skirm war wagon.
Yeah, and I think he's going to head up to this coin mine with 3 of his villagers. Kaiser's army's a bit out of position, though. It's heading down a bit, but I think we could see maybe a settler wagon or a couple of villagers going to go down here. Quick reaction, though.
Yeah, one of the settlers is going to go down. It was low HP already, and yeah, Uhlans, good unit. They aren't veteran yet, actually. I guess he knows he's not going to be making many Uhlans because there's Black Riders.
Exactly. I believe Raphael has a mercenary shipment on the way Have you seen if he's got Jaegers or Black Riders?
Oh yeah, he has Jaegers and Black Riders in his deck.
Yeah, so I wonder if you send the Jaegers.
No, he's sending improved mercenaries. I think he just has tons of population because he's making Black Riders.
All right. No, I mean like Raphael. I think.
Oh, Raphael.
On the way.
Yeah, he does have both Jaegers and Black Riders as well.
All right, and yeah, those improved mercs are going to make these Black Riders.
Yeah, they have
really
624 hit points.
Yeah.
And 48 range attack. Yeah, but yeah, if there's Jaegers on the way for LordRaphael here, it's going to be very difficult for Kaiser to push into that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he sends that because he's just got some war wagons, so maybe he thinks that might be enough anti-cap. But no, he's going to go for Black Riders
Oh yeah,
instead.
it's Black Riders of his own.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the military population graph. And actually, Kaiser has as many Black Riders as LordRaphael does. But there's way more skirms for LordRaphael, and yeah, that's going to be the decider here, I think.
Yep, Kaiser can't push into that. He noticed a bit late, and like Raphael got a few nice shots off on the Ulans, which is good for him. But yeah, Kaiser's skirm count isn't enough to push in, and the thing is, Kaiser needs skirmishers to counter LordRaphael's composition, right? But he's only got a stable and a saloon, so like he's going to need to switch up his unit composition somehow, or else I don't see how he can.
And more villagers going down for Kaiser here.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was a nice split though. He does actually save one villager at the end.
Yeah, he does lose his TP, which can matter somewhat.
Yeah.
This is a really awkward game though. Like Kaiser needs to somehow get his Jaeger shipment so he can somewhat push, but LordRaphael is just... He went pure skirm for so long, and it will be very difficult for Kaiser to deal with this skirmisher mass, because there's Black Riders for LordRaphael as well now.
Yeah. Honestly, that's exactly what he needs. If he can get those Jaegers out with that improved mercenary card, that will be a composition which he can use to take on the big skirmisher mass of Raphael. But if he just stays with a big cavalry force, I don't know if it can break past the skirmishers, the Black Riders, and the war wagons. Oh, he's eating through these coin mines so fast.
Yeah, that is the downside to this strategy, of course.
Yeah.
And I just read the cards, and apparently as Germany you get extra Jaegers and extra Black Riders because you don't get free Ulans. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Alright, so Kaiser's actually going to ship the 7 skirms instead, just to build his skirm mess up a little. I guess the scores are pretty even just because the mercenaries take away so much. So in terms of army, they're probably even. I just like Raphael's composition a bit better here.
Yeah, for sure. I think Kaiser is just overproducing on Black Riders way too much. And yeah, we even see the Jaeger shipment from Raphael himself now. And now I just don't know what Kaiser can still do. He just needs Jaegers of his own. I think his plan is to just attack move Ulans and hope they can beat the Black Riders and the War Wagons, but I don't know, that seems like a sketchy plan.
Yeah, and he's moving in with the skirms again, but they're just not going to get a good trade just because there's so few of them. In fact, they're all just going to... He tries to focus one of the anti-cav units, and he's going to go in. This is his chance.
He's just going to attack move here.
Or not quite. He's just going to move, but yeah, those.
Yeah, this is not something you come back from.
No, he's doing a good job moving the Black Riders to the top, but Raphael, he's moving his own skirms and Jaegers into position, and he's just kind of cleaning that up pretty handily. Yeah, those Black Riders are still really strong. You've got to remember they've got the card on them, but GG out.
Yeah, so I feel like he overproduced on those Black Riders quite a bit. LordRaphael, though, responding very nicely. He sees Black Riders from the saloon and he knows, okay, there's Black Riders, there is no way I can win by making Ulans. I just go pure Skirm War Wagon. And he is going to spend a lot of resources on these Black Riders. And I'm just going to have tons of skirmishers, and there is very little these can do.
Yeah, I just think in terms of cost, the armies were probably pretty equal, but like the composition was just so heavily favored in Raphael. Like the counter to skirmisher and war wagon Black Rider is just having a lot of skirms, right? So I think Kaiser needed to somehow get out his Jaegers, which would have been really nice with the advanced mercenaries on them. But it was kind of hard just because he didn't have the infrastructure to create that, to switch his unit composition. Like he couldn't really switch it up because of his infrastructure. So he felt kind of compelled just to stick with what he had.
Yeah,
Alright.
so it is now 3-2, so it's match point for LordRaphael.
Indeed, it is. But knowing Raphael, there's a pretty good chance this goes to Game 7. So I don't know. I don't know if he's got what it takes to close it out. But yeah, Kaiser's definitely on the back foot now.
Yeah,
This
because
season.
that was his best civ, so...
Yeah.
The next map
yeah.
will be Bengal, though?
Yeah, and again, I think that's probably going to favour Raphael.
Yeah, and Kaiser has to pick first now, actually, so...
Yeah, definitely on the back foot then. But I guess he can pull out. I mean, you can still use France on a non-trading post map, but I guess other options for Kaiser might be Dutch or Russia, possibly the two most likely civs we could see him go. And then maybe he could save France for Game 7 if he wants to play the long one.
Damn
Yeah,
it!
'cause
I was gonna type it myself, but then you copy-pasted the map pool.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can't crack now. You just gone 2-2, or now down 2-3 versus Raphael. Yeah, okay, so he does choose the Russia. I think that's a good choice, and then he can save France for game number 7 if he can somehow win here. And I wonder what Raphael does. Do you reckon he takes another mirror here?
You could. You definitely could.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he might pull out Dutch, even though for some reason Russia does quite well against Dutch in tournaments. It just feels like a matchup Raphael might take. What else has he got? Brits?
I think he would want to save the Dutch for Arkansas.
I think that's some sarcasm from Raphael. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that's some sarcasm. I guess
If I was Raphael,
can
I would save Dutch for Arkansas.
Yeah, they might both be saving France because Raphael's one of his best civs is France as well.
Like the thing is, Arkansas, if it does go to that, will be his first pick, and Dutch is just a pretty solid first pick on that map. Whereas counterpicking Dutch into Russia isn't quite as a pick advantage as first picking Dutch would be.
Yeah. I don't know what he goes here. He has played a bit of Aztec, so I guess he's just going to stick with his European civs. Dutch, France, Brits, or Russian mirror.
Yeah, we haven't seen any non-Euro civs this series, right?
That's not too surprising.
No.
Both these guys kind of main European civs. Raphael's kind of okay to pull out like an Aztec or a China or an India once in a while. I don't think he'll be comfortable pulling out Sioux, Japan, or Iroquois. I don't think Kaiser would feel comfortable pulling out any of the Asian or native civs at this stage in the tournament.
Or anything that's not German France.
Yeah. Well,
Although he did win with ports, so...
yeah. No, the ports game is pretty good. I guess that's Portugal is kind of the civ that plays out the most similarly to Germany and France. So it's kind of an easy civ to transition over if your two strongest civs are Germany and France. Like you're naturally just going to be good with Portugal just because it plays out kind of the same. All right, so hopefully Raphael won't spend too much time. I guess he's gonna.
Yeah, considering we just had a break.
Yeah, I guess he's like just getting a drink and at the same time just thinking about what to do.
We should have like one of those chess clocks for civ selection.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe after last tournament we should get a ruling like that. To be fair to Raphael, I don't think he's been too bad this tournament. I think he realised how awful he was at picking civs last tournament. But so I think he's made an effort to not take absolutely forever. but like old habits die hard, right? And so now we're getting to the end of this series. He's settling back into his usual routine of spending just that bit longer of choosing civs. So
my civ selection process is really quick.
Japan?
Yeah, it's like, is this a map I'm playing a game on and I'm not casting? Okay, pick Japan.
Yeah. Well, on your normal games when you don't have any civilization rules, you know.
Well, in a tournament with civilization rules, it would be very simple. Have I picked Japan yet? No. Pick Japan. Yes. Go through my civ pool and click a random flag that's not Japan. Actually, I am learning Russia in treaty.
Alright, okay. That's a branch out for you, I guess.
Yeah, I just want to be lame with Opries. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Alright, so Raphael has returned. So we know he's here. It's good.
So now we can start pressuring him to select the civ?
Exactly. I don't know why. I feel like he's going to pick Dutch, even though that feels like a bad matchup to click into. I just got this feeling that he could pick it.
It's certainly viable, but
Yeah.
I would prefer saving it for the next map. But it's certainly something he could do. Like, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah. I mean, his other options, France, possibly. British is a good choice as well. Or the mirror. He might just think, he might just go straight for the mirror. Yeah. I think he's assessed his other options and the mirror. It's gonna be the mirror.
I guess it was kind of a choice between pick Dutch now and then first pick Russia on Arkansas, or mirror Russia here and then first pick Dutch on Arkansas.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he knows Kaiser's going to pick France last, so he's also got to decide what does he want to play into France. So I guess his own options are another mirror or Dutch or Brits.
Yeah, and
So-
Dutch is probably the best of those to play into that.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Russian mirror. This ought to be interesting.
Once Kaiser greens up,
Yeah.
maybe
So
he
this
won't
is-
be right back as well.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to have a repeat. For those of you who saw the Maito versus Black Star game, they had their last game on Bengal, and both of them put their forward base like next to each other. Their forward bases couldn't be more next to each other. I'm just wondering if we're kind of going to have another showdown where both blockhouses go down on like the only patch in the middle island that they can fit on. It's just going to be unit shipment after unit shipment. It's a possibility. Like it could easily happen.
It is a bigger patch of ground this time, though.
Yeah, but it seems a bit on Kaiser's side, so it's going to be like a lopsided forward base war, I guess. Or maybe Raphael puts his on. I don't know. That's the thing about like the middle of this map. Like you don't really get to choose where you put the forward base. It's like the map decides where your forward base is going to go, and you're just like, oh, okay, I'll have to go there then.
But we do have spawning on the left side of the map, playing in the color blue as the Russians, Kaiserklein, and he will need to win 2 games in a row against his opponent on the right side of the map, playing in the color red also as Russia, LordRaphael. This is, of course, the ESOC Spring Tournament semi-finals. This is the best of 7, so it is match point for LordRaphael currently.
Yeah, great start by Raphael. Immediately walks upon this 100 food treasure. At the same time, he collected a yak, and because you know it's one explorer versus one explorer. He sent the yak down a bit just to kind of use it as a scout, and kind of Kaiserklein did a bit of the same just to get a bit more line of sight on the map. So that's something you can do when you know there's very little chance that your yaks are going to get stolen. It's just to try and open up a bit more line of sight on the map. Maybe you'll find a nice treasure that your explorer wouldn't have seen before. Oh, and Kaiser, he just misses his 90 wood. He was almost going to come across it. But you just find Raphael's explorer.
That is good though, because the explorer is quite low from taking at 100 food.
Yeah, I guess he can volley. Has he put it? He maybe he's put himself in melee mode already, but like he won't. Okay, yeah, because he stopped, he switched, so he went for the melee. Obviously, he realized he was never going to catch him up because they move at the same speed, so went back to volley mode.
Yeah, and doing a decent bit of damage here.
Yeah, so this is classic Kaiserklein. Just gonna hunt Raphael's explorer down.
And a bit of a mismovement there. LordRaphael accidentally walking backwards a bit. Going to take a couple extra shots here, most likely.
So this is the question: do you put villagers in your town centre? No. Well, okay, so it won't become an issue, but I wonder whether Kaiser was going to try and bait that out of him. The thing is though, it did stop Raphael from sending the shipment. He was a bit late on the shipment just because he was concentrating on what was going down. And he has a sound bug, which he won't be overly enthusiastic about. Yeah,
and I do think this is too late for a restart.
Yeah, well, if he wants a restart, he should have asked for it there. But I think he's fine to play on. He's just making sure everyone is aware he has a sound bug, so we can take that into consideration. But
he's already preparing his excuse for when he loses.
Yeah. So actually, it looks like Raphael's going to be the guy who comes across the 90 wood, but he's in no position to. I mean, I guess he could try and micro it a bit, and sometimes if you're quite good with the micro, you can get the tigers running at certain points. So I think it's possible he could try and take it on 101 HP with some really nice treasure micro, but that would in itself be risky to do. So he kind of just walks right past it, which I think is the safer thing to do.
Yeah, even if he micros it correctly, there's still the chance that Kaiser just randomly walks past and shoots you in the face.
Yeah, and then the issue with that is you lose your explorer, and then you potentially lose scouting in H2 to see what the other guy's doing.
And the treasure.
Yeah, well, I mean, the scouting could potentially be, more important than the treasure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So Raphael's sending the villager forward. I wonder if that's just for this hunt. Okay, no, he's got 3. Okay, so that one's probably for the hunt, and then he's got 3 more villagers coming forward for the blockhouse.
Oh, and interesting enough, Kaiser actually scouted that one villain and was like, oh, it's just hurting, and he moves backwards.
Yeah, where are these 3 villagers going? It's an odd angle to be walking at, isn't it? He's changed it slightly. I think that's just because the map was laid out so he could only place his blockhouse at a strange location. Okay, it looks a bit more normal now.
Yeah. Where is Kaiser going to place his... Oh.
Okay. With 4 villagers as well. That seems a popular number for the moment. I guess because he went for the market, he wasn't comfortable doing blockhouse versus blockhouse. He thought maybe...
he actually would have gotten it up first, interestingly enough. Yeah.
He just obviously wasn't confident enough because he chose to go for the market. He thought maybe that would skew it, and on the potentially his final game, he didn't want to risk it. So there is enough hunt that he's kind of fine for the first 10-12 minutes, and he can push out if he gets a nice engagement. So it's not too bad. But should the game go on too long, Raphael is going to have that map control.
He is immediately adding in a stable.
Ooh. Okay. Be interesting to see what composition.
So I think that means he might ship crates first over the usual 5 Cossacks, and we do see 700 wood coming out. So he might be going straight at Cossack, I guess, maybe?
Yeah, if he's going to want to make use of the wood, I guess.
Stable does get scouted here, though, by the 5 Cossacks.
Yeah. So the thing about this defensive position is Raphael really can't do anything. Like, as soon as he saw it, he just backed up because he knew he wasn't going to get any villagers.
Yeah, this also makes the 5 Cossack shipment actually quite bad. It just gives him some scouting and potential raiding.
Yeah, I guess he's just completely nullified the Cossack shipment. Yeah, because Raphael, he couldn't risk necessarily just stay next to 2 production facilities, and he kind of assessed that the chance of getting villagers here was really, really low, just because of the way Kaiserklein's constructed his base. So he's actually just going to use it to help him pick up a treasure, the 90 wood.
Yeah, that's really nice. And yeah, it seems like Kaiser is just going to straight up produce Strelet Cossack with crates. Although he only gets a batch of 2 Cossacks because, you know, food is also a resource you need.
Yeah, Raphael, he's trying to make the Cossacks pay for themselves by just going around picking up every treasure that's left on the map.
Yeah, and that's a smart choice. You need to have those Cossacks do something, otherwise you're just basically down a shipment.
Yeah. So here comes the 700 coin for Kaiser, and I guess he's just gonna look to get a nice composition out that just beats whatever Raphael has, and then make a timing and push out with it.
Yeah, he's basically up a military production facility, and instead of shipping a unit shipment, he's shipping crates with which to make the units, and then he can ship the units at a later point when he needs the tempo.
Yeah, so I mean, he's totally fine, but the only thing is, because Raphael has the map control, it puts the pressure on Kaiserklein to be the player that has to do something. So he has to either say age up first, or he has to be the guy that makes the push. Raphael, he can just react.
Yeah.
So,
and he is heading in a stable and a second blockhouse of his own here, so...
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Trying to get some more damage, but like he can't get any damage done. Kaiserklein's base is too well constructed, and he's got too much line of sight.
Kaiser does need to start hurting this a bit, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, if you look at Kaiser's next hunts, he doesn't have too much time. He's on yaks. He has a couple of these nilgays left. I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
But they're the food source on
also,
this map
this has wandered off because obviously it has.
Yeah, but this could be his timing. 5 Cossacks.
Yeah, look at the population difference.
Oh crikey, 47 to 15.
Crikey.
And he hopefully remembers to bring his explorer as well. It's a nice 500 HP tank he's left in the back. We have to imagine that Raphael's must have so many units on the way, but he's going to drop the, what was that, 2 villages?
It's Strelets though, and if they come out of these blockhouses under these 17 Cossacks...
Yeah, but Raphael's got a unit shipment on the way though. Or he has a
Most
shipment.
likely,
Maybe, yeah, but perhaps he cancelled, maybe he was sending crates and perhaps he's cancelled it, which is why it's taking a lot longer for it to come out. He's probably going to lose one of these blockhouses actually.
Yeah, and if that goes down before the 20... Okay, the 20 Strelets do pop out, and that's a massive swing in population. Although he is still actually down military population, but not as much. And once the military shipment comes out, he should be good here.
Yeah, I have to assume that's probably the four Cossacks, and there it comes out.
Yeah, there it is.
And that's exactly enough to push him back. Yeah, it arrived a whole minute later. I'm guessing that was just because he had crates on the way, and he decided, oh no, got to cancel that.
Yeah, probably. And Kaiser did gain some momentum back with that, although he does still need to secure a hunt after this one runs out. Although he is ahead by 2 villagers, so that is nice for him.
Yeah, I mean, Kaiserklein, you would say, is like winning in every sense of the word, apart from map control. But and unfortunately, map control is like such a big...
Yeah, it is quite important.
In this game, you would actually... that it swings it in Raphael's favour, really. However, he did make this position easier to break. But I guess we've got a difference in shipments. It's boyars versus the 4 Cossacks. We'll see which comes out ahead.
So in Cossacks, Raphael is winning because of the boyar shipment, but Strelet-wise, Kaiser is still winning even with the boyars in consideration, just because he has so many more.
Yeah.
But the Cossacks are what matter, I'm fairly certain.
Yeah. Kaiser does remember to bring in his explorer, which Raphael's got a dead explorer, so perhaps that could it gives him an extra volley at least. It did go down really fast, but it gives him a chance to get more Cossacks out.
More importantly, he needs his own boyar's shipment.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to take this fight without it.
Yeah, and these couple of musketeers are going to matter quite a bit here, but he is doing a decent job at focusing them down with his trellis here.
Yeah.
But the Cossack in the north side for LordRaphael have completely fallen, and now there's Cossacks on top of the Strelets.
Yeah, he's
Minutemen as well!
Raphael gets 4 more Cossacks though, and Kaiser's running out of anti-cav. The Minutemen can act as anti-cav. He's going to bring in 3 villagers as well. He needs some to work as anti-cavalry. I don't know if it's.
Oh,
enough.
this is actually pretty smart. I'm not sure if 3 is enough.
I mean, there's only 2 Cossacks. Oh no, okay, there's more. There's another 3. I didn't see that.
It's a shame he didn't have his boyars. I think if the 4 Cossacks was boyars instead, that fight would have gone quite a bit better for Kaiser.
If Kaiser can just get another batch of Cossacks out, he might be okay to hold.
Oh, he's going for a batch of musketeers instead, together with his 13th Strelet shipment. He really needs boyars, though.
Yeah. So the economy throughout that's still pretty even, but I guess.
Yeah, but the hunt ran out.
Yeah.
And now Kaiser is in trouble.
Perhaps he can get a nice engagement though. We'll see.
Oh, look at the villagers! Look at the villagers! He knows he needs them.
Yeah. Combined with these Cossacks from the back, will it be enough? Raphael's doing a good job at just focusing down Kaiser's Cossacks. He's not killing the villagers at all, which is really hard to do, but he's doing it well. Yeah, all Kaiser's Cossacks go down. And
even more villagers being pulled by Kaiser here.
Yeah.
Do these have great code? They do have great code, okay.
More importantly, they kind of need blunderbuss if they spent so much time fighting.
Yeah, and there is boyars finally for Kaiser, but he has no more Cossacks left.
Yeah, yeah, that's because his villagers were fighting. His batch, he just got 1 Cossack out. He's gonna start trying reinforcing this position, but I think Raphael can probably break him pretty soon.
Yeah, and he realizes it. The boyars just.
Yeah, well, he went for the 4 Cossacks instead, but
yeah, boyars would have helped a lot more there. But yes, he does call a GG.
yeah,
Very close series.
That was all the games were pretty back and forth, but LordRaphael takes it 4-2, and that means he's going to go on to play Black Star OP in the finals next. He's going to go on to play Black Star OP in the finals next week, and I think that's kind of the matchup that everyone was kind of expecting when they first saw the tournament brackets, like whatever it was 2 months ago or whatever. That was kind of the matchup everyone was hoping for. And
it was close though. Mito had a lot of close series against Black Star, and most of these games had been very close as well. Like if you look at military population, if that 4 Cossacks had been boyars, he would have had 10 population more while also having boyars.
Yeah, I think that perhaps Kaiserklein was he's right in his assessment there at the end that maybe he should have sent the boyars. But it's the thing is, it's always hard to know exactly when you should be sending unit shipments and military shipments. Like there's such a fine cut-off point for when the unit upgrade becomes better than the military upgrade. But I think we could see that perhaps Raphael chose the right thing to send boyars, and Kaiserklein is going to be ruining his decision to send those 4 Cossacks.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I believe that will be it for today.
Indeed.
It will be it for me, at least. I am quite exhausted after that.
Yes. Yeah, I'm done as well.
Yeah, so this has been the ESOC Spring Tournament semi-finals. And LordRaphael will be moving on to face Black Star in the finals, like you said.
Yeah, and that should be next week. Hopefully that will be, I guess it'll be on the Sunday, possibly on the Saturday, so hopefully on the weekend. So make sure you guys check out the ESOC site just to see what time they schedule for that. The information will be posted on the website, so you'll be able to find out exactly what time you need to tune in. Because I don't think it's a finals that you want to miss, really. Both Raphael and Black Star, they've been in so many finals, like between them. Is this Raphael's 3rd final in a row? I think it is. Yeah, because he's played H2O twice. And the finals before that was potentially Black Star H2O, or it might have been Samwise Ace the game. But either way, both these guys have a lot of finals experience. Anyways, I think that's it for me. So I'll leave the last words to you, Chrissy.
Yeah, thanks for casting me with me, Wicked, and I guess we will see you guys next week, and or perhaps at some other point if we find some second chance matches to stream or something along those lines. But that will be it for us tonight. We hope to see you next time. Good night, everyone.